Good evening. Along with the financial benefits that we mentioned in the last video, there are a few other benefits and opportunities that come along with the possibility of a self-funded plan that I wanted to talk about for just a minute. You heard me mention a minute ago the rate change protection, which would be done through a medical fund balance. To explain that a little further, there are savings for the members, which I outlined in the last video, which I tried to focus on the savings that we'd experience individually. But the district will save money as well. There's administrative fees. There's costs. Quite frankly, if our claims come in significantly below what we still pay in premiums, that savings will go to the district rather than to Mesa. In the past, it went to Mesa. But anyway, long story short is that the district will save considerable money as well. Could save considerable money as well in this plan. Some of that money will be set aside by contract to build what we're calling the medical fund balance. This would be money set aside, not available to be moved into the general fund, not available to be moved to use for anything other than medical care, health care. And in the future, as that fund grows, that money will be used to buy down the rate that Blue Cross Blue Shield charges us, to add coverages, to basically control costs, for lack of a better way of saying it. So creating that fund balance with that extra savings, or a portion of that extra savings, will actually benefit members as well, because we have sort of got an extra fail-safe built in case our rates go up in the future or we have a bad year, things like that. Along those lines, I mentioned changing coverages and things like that. Because we will form a committee, and I'll show that in just a minute, but because we will be a part of a committee, we will be able to look annually at our coverages and ask, are we providing the best coverage for our members? Is there some health need that comes up in the future that wasn't included in the Blue Cross Blue Shield package that we picked and that we need to add to help our members, to take care of our members? Just off the top of my head, one that everybody's been thinking about, let's say we find out down the road that long-term effects from COVID are something that are suddenly costing our members health issues and that are not covered for some reason. We would be able to add a coverage in the future for things like that. So it gives the membership a say in where we go in healthcare and makes us kind of a more active consumer of that whole program. The plan would be to create 3 committees, and I'm afraid my head's in the way here. There we go. And those committees, first of all, the HEA negotiation team would meet with SETSEG on a regular basis to review the decision on whether or not we remain self-funded. The board has agreed to approach this conversation every year and on a regular basis to say, is this still working? Is it a good decision? Is it something we want to do? And we would always have the opportunity to say, no, this is not good. We want to go back to Mesa. And the HEA negotiation team would have the right to do that if we wanted. So that would be one committee. There will also be a self-funded finance team who will look at the costs and benefits of our plan. And are we paying for what we want to pay for? Do things cost what we thought they would? We would make decisions. That team would make decisions annually on whether to use some of that fund balance money to buy down rates or to take the rate increase that comes with it each year or things like that. So we would review the costs. SETSEG would review, the consulting company would review with us annually what we're paying, what our claims were, and where we stand as far as that goes. And finally, I just mentioned the coverage review team would regularly look at coverages and whether we were best covering our members and whether there were concerns that we needed to keep in mind. With that in mind, I hope you can see that we will have more say in the future in how that program works. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this. How our program works and what our involvement is in it. And I think that's another major benefit of this program. So with all that said, I appreciate your time. And thank you once again. And go Hawks.